Hey guys, Project 97X here, and today we are going to be working on a wobbling pulley. One thing I noticed recently when I drive is that I hear something go like knock, 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 knock. I'll show a little sound clip of what this sounds like. Car drives. At first I couldn't tell what it was. I thought something was wrong with the engine. It scared me. Like, you know, when you hear knocking sounds coming from your engine, that's never a good feeling. So I already took the fan clutch and the radiator, so I mean in the fan shroud out to give me the space. And what I end up realizing is this bobbles when I drive. The issue with this could be, I mean, the issues that I've experienced so far is that when I turn the air conditioning on, it'll work, but it seemed like it'll only work like momentarily for only like, you know, 20 minutes, half hour, something like that. And before I notice it, the air conditioning seems inconsistent. Not only that, one time it really scared me. I started smelling a burning smell coming through the vents, and like I started seeing a little bit of burning coming from this clutch area, from this pulley area. The way air compressors work is when you turn your AC on, there's a magnet in here. This plate will basically stick to this, and they spin together as one. Because this pulley wobbles, I'm assuming that it keeps detaching from the clutch plate, causing wear, causing problems. And this is something I don't want to wait on, because I don't want to lose my AC compressor or have to buy a new one. So we're gonna have to get in here. Possibly, I'm assuming the bearing in here is bad. If I can, there's a magnet underneath here too. If I can, I might even attempt to replace that as well, because I'm already going to be down here. Might as well replace everything. But to start, obviously you see my belt is off, but with your belt on, there's some tension on the pulley. If you have some kind of electric wrench or something like that, you can just probably pop it and it'll probably come out. These don't really torque that much. Or you could just get a socket on a wrench on here and then smack it fast and break this bolt. So the first thing we're gonna do, this off. I think this bolt for me was a 14 millimeter. And you know, obviously when I put this stuff back on, you'll see what I did, but we're gonna keep this here. Now this plate should just slide out, you know what I mean, just wobble it back and forth, and it's coming out. Good. All right, that's our clutch plate. The one thing we need to find is there are spacers. There's a little bit of a gap. There's a very small gap between the clutch and the plate, and those spacers need to come out. This is one of them right here. We don't want to lose these. These are important. This is one. Let's spin this pulley and let's see how it sounds. Doesn't sound that loud, but it wobbles. So, and this is what a new one sounds like. That's silent. I mean, this is silent. So the thing is, there's a snap ring in here. I'm gonna try to get some snap ring pliers in here and pull that out. I can't really see it from down here. I'm going to have to get underneath of the car. We're going to try to remove this next. Just like that. That was not easy. I'm going to see if I can pry this out. I'm going to have to get my pry tool. Give me a second. Alright. Here, using a pulley puller, and as I twist this, I think it's coming out. All you do is just hook it up to the back of the pulley. There's a magnet here. Watch out for the magnet. And we're just gonna I'm gonna have to do this by hand. Okay. It's like really hard and crusty right here. I think this magnet is going to have to be replaced. It's hard, it's crunchy, and as you can see inside the pulley, don't know, it seemed like there was some kind of damage here. I'm trying to think of what I should do right now. If I can even get a new AC pulley. Like, where would I even find this? Alright, I'll get back to you guys. That ring, whew, is out. Man, these things are not easy to remove. Okay. Alright, with that snap ring removed, I think the wiring harness is held down with this Phillips head right here. Held down to the block. So I'm just going to loosen this up using this. And then I'll pull this out. Alright, I removed the wiring harness. Just popped it off. And the little bracket was held in with a Phillips head screw. So now we should be able to remove this. And now should be able to just pull this off. Just like that. Finding this isn't going to be as easy as I thought, but you can see here it must have overheated or something and just busted open. I don't even know what to say. I'm gonna have to get a new one of these. Alright guys, looking back on the pulley situation, at first I was just gonna replace the bearing in here and then see if I could find the magnet, but I'm having a very difficult time doing that for this vehicle. It's crazy because it's a GM, but I can't find this exact part, and everybody is only selling the compressor. So if you look here, I didn't even realize how bad shape the wiring was. That could have caused an electrical issue. If you look here on the magnet, it's all damaged. It's just I can't reuse any of this stuff. The bearing in here is bad. I'll take a you know, we'll look at the old and the new, and then you see here the plate's kind of scratched up. It's just I don't want to reuse any of this stuff. So I got a new compressor, and technically speaking I could just put a new compressor on here, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take the I'm obviously going to keep the compressor, but I don't feel like changing the system, changing the O-rings, putting new fluid in it, all that. I'm going to take this old system out, and then I'm going to put it on the other one, because my compressor on this truck is actually relatively new. So the one thing we're going to test before we take it apart is test the gap. I don't have like an actual gap measuring tool, but I got razor blades, and if I look right there, one razor blade fits. Let's see if two will fit. The two razor blades right here, and if we look, two razor blades barely fits. So about roughly two razor blades thick. So we just got to remember that thickness. I'm gonna take these pulleys off and I'm gonna get back to y'all. So for these, they were on pretty tight. I just got my oil filter wrench, put a thing on it. I'm holding my leg here. Got my 12 mil, and then smacked it with a sledgehammer. It's ready to come out. Wonderful. Just wanted to show y'all a side-by-side comparison. Now if you see here, this is the old. Notice the plates is bad. I'll let you listen to the bearing. Very noisy. And this magnet is disformed and messed up, and the wiring on here is torn, so just bad all over the place. Now we look at the new pulley. It's our new pulley, nice clean smooth surface, and what's good is we got part numbers on this, so we can get this back again if we need it. This is our new pulley, and to be honest with you guys, I actually found a pulley that looks exactly identical to this one. It goes for Honda CRVs. I'm gonna put a little link in it. Well, not a link. I'll probably put a link in the description as well. But if you have anything in the GMC, Envoy, Trailblazer family, I believe this pulley kit will work for you. It's like 60 bucks. So, you know, this costed me $260. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna show you it costs 60 bucks. So, but listen to this. Nice and quiet. beautifully quiet. Now the magnet, I'll be honest with you, I ain't too impressed with the condition of it, but it's smooth and it works. So, and then this is our new wiring setup. I'm gonna tape this. Looks like whatever this insulation went bad. I'm gonna just put some electrical tape over it just to make sure that it won't be damaged or anything. And then we got a new wiring harness, which is great. So I wiped down the bore. I just want this to be nice and clean. That's how the new one looks. So clean that up. This is our magnet. Should be gentle with the wiring. And we're just gonna install this first. Good. Now I need to get the snap ring in there. I'm gonna have to come from underneath of the car. So let's get to it. I wanted to make something notable here. This has a ball on it. You see right there, that nub. That nub actually lines up right there. So when you put it on, I was wondering why it didn't turn anymore. When you put it on and you get it on the nub, boom. When you get it on that nub, it no longer moves. So that's in the proper spot. Good. Alright, to get it to go on flush, we want like no gap so that the ring gets on there. Flex it out. Now, with our magnet and our retaining clip installed, now we're gonna reinstall, or we're gonna install the new pulley, and it should just slide right over. Notice I'm using a rubber mallet. Same scenario. Tips barely showing. And that ring was off a little bit. I just got a flat head and I just pushed it in and just checking. And everything is flush. So I think. Let me check that again. It's confirmed. The snap ring is in. Give it a test spin. Nice and quiet. Spin straight. Doesn't move. Doesn't wobble. Beautiful. Now, make sure there's nothing on the surface here. A nice clean plate. Let's get this on. And, oh, we forgot one thing. There's one spacer that goes on for this vehicle. I'm gonna go get that spacer. Alright, here's the one spacer. These spacers are very, very important. It just goes right over top of the shaft, just like that. That little bit spacer. And then we're gonna push this on. And boom. Just like that, you're on. Now, let's test the gap and make sure we're good. Here's the razor blade. Razor blade fits. Good. Now the thing was 2 razor blades and it didn't actually go up to the hole. So let's get 2 razor blades now. Alright, there's no torque spec for this, so we're just gonna use the gun and buzz it on. That's how it was on. Because the 2 razor blades are fitting. Let me check that. And with a little bit of maneuvering, that harness is on. So now we're gonna put the little tab on the side, and now we can just put everything back together. We're almost done here. There's a little Phillips head right there that holds it in. Get our fan clutch in here. Fan shroud in. Just gonna spin that thing down. Alright. Everything back on. When we start the car, this should not move. With the AC off, this shouldn't move. And then when we turn the AC on, we should see this engage and spin with the pulley. So let's get the car started. Engine running, our pulley is not spinning. That is amazing. And as we can see, back clutch is spinning. Awesome. All right, you guys, the air is blowing amazing. And I hear no more wobbling, no more squirming. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, thanks for watching, you guys. Till next time, out.